My name is Connie Putnam. We're going to be making lotion today. Usually when I do these classes, we do a great big batch of lotion, and I tried to make a very small one for you today, but lotion is something that you just got to make so much. There's a whole lot of liquid and a little bit of oil makes a really good lotion. So we're going to get started. You can look at a recipe we'll have along with this video that will give you step by step that you can follow along with us. Okay, we are going to start off by doing the most important thing there is when you make any kind of lotion. You have to sanitize everything, including yourself. So first we're going to put on our thing of Clorox wipes here, which I go ahead and add alcohol to my Clorox wipe so that the sanitation doesn't take as long as what a Clorox wipe usually does. We're going to wipe down everything we are going to be using today. Make sure you get inside and out because we might be pouring, and you want to make sure that the rims get all nice and sanitized as well. Includes our bowls. Okay, let's get another one. Don't pick it up off the floor. And once you get on your gloves, don't scratch your ears, don't scratch your head, don't wipe your nose with your gloves. Keep your hands away from your face. That said, everybody touch their face before they put on their gloves. Okay. Wiping it all down. I know this seems kind of silly, but we just don't want any little critters growing in our lotion. We need, if you don't have an emulsion blender, it's just going to take longer for it to make lotion. You can do it without one, but they sure are handy. Okay, we have everything wiped off, Director. You see anything else we need to wipe off?
I think you're good.
Okay, I'm going to lay this down on the sanitizing wipe just so it doesn't get icky. And I put down a mat on my counter just so that I protect my counter because we're dealing with really oily stuff and essential oils. So I put something down. You can, if you don't have a nice mat like this one, you can just put down some plastic and paper towels over the top of it just to protect your
So what's an essential oil? Is that just all fragrances are essential oils?
No, an essential oil is actually the essence of the plant. So essential oils actually come from a plant. Fragrance oils are man-made. That's not to say fragrance oils aren't as good as an essential oil. They're just two distinctly different products. Okay, this is our recipe for the day. You should have one that looks just like this that you can look at. Okay, we're going to start off with our water. I'm going to tear off my machine here, which means that I'm going to bring it to 0 when the container is on top of it so that we can measure out exactly what is inside it. And we're going to do about half and half water and aloe vera juice. This is my hot shot. It gets out very hot water, which we're going to have to heat it, so this will just speed up the process just a little bit. So we're going to put...
Where do I get aloe vera juice at?
Well, I'm going to show it to you. Out of my refrigerator is where you get it today. But I get mine from Walmart. You can get it from practically any drugstore. I haven't been able to find it at grocery stores. So that was 31 we want. 50 ounces.
You know that's not half and half.
Well, we're close. We're close to half and half. We want a little bit of both. Okay, we are going to stick this in the microwave for about 3 minutes. And we're going to wait for that to get hot. Okay, we're just about done. We want to make sure our water is very hot because the next thing we're going to do is put a little bit of citric acid in our hot water, and we want to make sure.
Wait, we're going to put acid in it?
Yes, we are, and it's made out of fruit.
Oh.
So this, what citric acid does for our lotion, and I'm sorry I didn't put it in my list of ingredients before. It's not something that you have to have in it, but it lowers the pH of your lotion and makes it just a little softer for your skin. Our lotion is so soft for your skin, it really doesn't make any difference whether you have it or not, but I just always put it in just cause. So we're going to put about a tablespoon in. Our recipe calls for a half an ounce, so let's see how much a tablespoon is. That's not quite enough.
So we're not measuring things with dry ingredients, we're doing it all in grams?
We're weighing everything. You can do it either way. You can do it by measuring, but measuring isn't always accurate. So if you measure one thing, you have to measure everything. If you weigh one thing, you have to weigh everything. So I always weigh it so we can get an exact measurement. That said, lotion is not an exact science. So you can put a little extra of this or a little less of this in if you want, just for your personal preference. But so today, I forgot to do my paddle. You get a new something from your drawers, make sure that you wipe it down before you use it. Okay, we're going to stir this to see if I have any granules left in there. I do not. Can you see the steam coming from it? It's very hot, which is what we want. We're going to set this in the sink. We are done with that until the very end. Okay, next we are going to start measuring our oils. And I'm going to tar out the scales so that we're at 0. Our first oil is sweet almond. Okay, I like almond oil in my lotion, but if you're allergic to almonds, you can leave this out and then just add that amount to any other oil you put in there. We're using almond oil, apricot oil, avocado oil, and jojoba. Those are all nice light oils. I don't recommend the heavy oils, which is a solid coconut or an olive oil or a palm oils, and lotion is just too heavy. But you can mix and match all you want. If you want to put all almond oil in it, you can, or you can mix like we have today. I like a little bit of all of the oils. This is a 1.5 ounces. You can't see it, but that's 1.5 ounces. Okay, the next one on our list is apricot. Now I'm going to tar out again so that it's back to 0 so that I'll know exactly how much of this I'm putting them in. And this calls for 3 ounces. Now, if you wanted to get rid of the almond because of allergies, it would be putting 4.5 ounces, but we're going to put 3 ounces. Do oils weigh the same as they measure? Okay, you there in the blue shirt.
Connie's daughter here. I would say that oils do not measure the same as weigh.
They don't. The only thing that measures the same is water.
That's
water
what I was just going to say that.
Water weighs the same as it measures, but oils all weigh, they have a different velocity, so we always have to measure them. Okay, next we're going to, these ingredients you can get at Walmart. Most of them you can get at Walmart in smaller bottles. This is how I buy apricot oil. You probably can get it in the smaller bottle at Walmart. Avocado oil, I get this at Costco. And we're going to put 1 ounce in. Avocado oil is a little heavier than these others, so we don't put a lot in, but it's really a nice oil.
Can you cook with avocado oil?
You absolutely can.
Is it better than olive oil to cook with?
No, I don't think so. A lot of people do. I don't. Okay. Next, we're putting in jojoba oil. Anybody know anything about jojoba oil? Yes, you there in the blue.
I know that it doesn't sound like the way it's spelled.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't. It's spelled Jojoba. It's called jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is actually a wax, but it does wonderful things for your skin. So we're going to tar out, and we're just going to put a little bit in because it's a wax. We're going to put 1/2 ounce. And it's kind of a heavy wax or oil, so it doesn't take a lot. Okay. We are now going to put in just a pinch of shea butter. And the only reason why we're doing this is because I put shea butter in everything I do. I love shea butter. I love how it makes your skin feel. But there again, it's a very heavy oil, so I don't put a lot in this one. There are some recipes that I do put a lot in. This one, like I say, we're just putting a pinch. Okay. Now we're going to heat these oils up. We want that shea butter to be melted. Okay, we're ready. We're going to stop this, and I don't know if you can see this, but that little dab of shea butter is now gone. Shea butter actually takes longer to melt than almost any of the heavy oils that I use. Okay, we're going to go back over here, and we're going to tar this out, and we're going to put just a little bit of vegetable glycerin. Now, glycerin is used to help pull moisture out of the air, just to make it more moisturizing on your skin.
Are you following a recipe?
I am.
How long have you been doing this?
About 25 years.
And you don't have it memorized?
I do, but you know, I use a recipe every time because I'm just a little bit crazy, and I'm a little bit forgetful.
She's a lot crazy, not just a little.
And so I always follow a recipe just in case I don't want to forget something. My daughter one time made some cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and she forgot the sugar. Now, she'd made those about 100 times, so I learned something from that. Follow the recipe.
I actually forgot the flour, and we had nothing but.
Okay, we are tarring out again, and we're going to put in emulsifying wax. Now, can anybody out there in non-land tell me why we use emulsifying wax?
Isn't it like oil and vinegar where you're trying to get it to meld it together?
It is. If you put water and oil together, which is going to stay on top and which is going to be on the bottom?
Oil is on the top because it's heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Oil is on the bottom because it's heavier. Let's say that, shall we?
Actually, water is heavier.
Okay.
Most of the oil, so the oil will be on the top and the water will be on the bottom.
Oil is heavier than water.
No, water is heavier than oil. So we are going to put 3.65 ounces into this hot oils.
Can I put that in salad dressing?
Emulsifying wax, you cannot. Well, you can. It is a food grade product, but it wouldn't taste very good.
So I shouldn't use it when I'm making my salad dressings.
No. I think I'd find something else to emulsify that. And we're going to take and stir that just a little bit.
Okay, so your spoon is in the sink. Don't you have to keep cleaning it?
No, it's not in the sink. It is in my water and aloe mixture. So it is still sanitized. We're going to stir that up just a little bit. They're not going to completely dissolve yet. Then we're going to add stearic acid.
More acid.
More acid. Stearic acid is a fatty acid made from palm oil. What it does for your lotion is to take it from this, which is just like water, to very creamy. It's a very important part of a good lotion recipe. And it's also going to be 3 ounces, 3.65 ounces. As you see, I tarred it out before I put this in. Okay, we are at 3.65. We're going to stir this up a little bit, and then we are going to put it back in the microwave. Microwave is very important. I don't do this on the stove. You can if you want to, but if you get the oils too hot on the stove and they burn, you've ruined them. You just have to throw them away and start all over. Or if you are doing them in the microwave and you get them too hot, they don't burn. Might burn you, but you can still use them. So that's the reason why I use the microwave. We want stearic acid doesn't melt very easy. It has to get down to about 120 degrees or less, or more, I mean. So we want it to get very hot. Okay, I think we're done. So it's all clear, so everything is all melted. So now we are going to pour this into the water, but I want everyone to be able to see this as I do it. This is our hot water and our hot oil. Look at that, isn't that cool? We are now making lotion.
Looks like milk.
It does. I love the milk process. Okay. Now we are just going to pick our our blender and oh my goodness, this is a okay. I'm going to get another one.
That's awful loud.
Yeah, it
but
is.
You're okay. You don't have to talk during it.
We're going to have to let this sit for just a little bit for it to cool off a little bit. So give it about 10 minutes and then we'll come back and do some more. Okay, it's been 10 minutes and it is starting to get a little thick. We're going to speed that process up just a little bit. We're going to put 6 ounces of cold water in to help speed up the process, and we're going to put our preservative and our vitamin E in the cold water, because the preservative doesn't work if it's too hot. Now, we put a preservative in order for you to be able to keep your lotion for an indefinite amount of time. if you don't, preservative is not a natural product. If you don't want a preservative in your lotion, then you will have to keep it in the refrigerator, and you would have to use it within a week. It's expensive, and we're going to do a ½ ounce. I put the vitamin E in because I like vitamin E on my skin. No other reason. You don't need to put it in if you don't want to. I just like vitamin E. Okay, now this is going to cool down considerably in a hurry. And while we were waiting for it to cool down a little, I changed my blender, one that doesn't make quite as much noise. And you can see how it's starting to thicken up quite nicely. See how that's thickening up? As it cools, it'll get thicker and thicker. And if you're going to put it in a bottle, this is the point where you should probably stop and pour it into a bottle, because it's going to be too thick eventually for you to pour in a bottle. We put some of ours in bottles. We put it in jars so you can use it as a cream. Okay, now we can put, can you see how that's, you can see where you,
Looks like whipping cream.
yeah. And it'll just continue to get thicker and thicker as I continue to do this. But I'm not going to put any scent in this, but this is how I buy my essential oils. This is French lavender, which is pretty expensive, but as far as I'm concerned, it's the best lavender that you can buy. And this is, I call it, it's Peppermint Supreme essential oil. Those are two nice ones for you to get. You can get essential oils anywhere. Just make sure it's a very good grade. You can also use fragrance oils if you like honey almond. Any number of fragrance oils are nice ones. You can probably find those at most department stores as well. Do they have department stores anymore?
I don't know. How much is that big of a jar of peppermint?
Well, this one isn't so bad. This is probably about $90.
That's a lot for oil.
This one's about 110, 120.
Tell them how much rose oil is.
Rose oil is about $100 an ounce. In fact, I think that's probably cheap. I mean, I think it's a couple of $100 an ounce. We don't use rose essential oils in our soaps because they just would be too expensive. But you can buy those little bottles of essential oils and fragrance oils at Hobby Lobby. A lot of places, they're fine. They're fine, and you just put a small amount in, let it set. If that's not strong enough, put some more in. Don't determine whether you have enough in by what you immediately put in. The longer you wait, the stronger it gets. So put a little bit in, wait a couple of hours. If you like the scent, fine. If you need a little bit more, put a little bit more in.
And what do you mean by a little bit? An ounce?
Drops.
Okay.
Drops. For this, I would start with 1/4 of an ounce if he's going to do it all the same, and then wait until 2-3 hours and see how it smells, because it really does scent nicely. And once you overscent it, there's just nothing you can do about it. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you. It's going to continue to get this is still nice and warm. So it's going to continue to get thicker and thicker and thicker. So I'm going to show you, we're going to, let's squeeze it. Let's take, you notice everything I use, I wipe down first. Okay, let's put some in a bottle. See how quickly that goes down? If you wait about an hour, that'll go down like that in about 20 minutes or so.
It does look like whipped cream.
It does.
Don't eat it though.
No, doesn't taste good, and I don't think it would be good for you. These I got at Walmart, I think. So nice little gift here. And then just put a lid on it like this. Keep that by your bedside table for your feet at night, or like I say, a nice little gift. So I think we're done here.
So, where can they buy this pre-made?
Connie's Bath Shack. Are you still here? It's time to go home. Oh, one more thing before you go. Don't ever forget to sanitize yourself as well.